Hi, I'm Paweł Spychalski, and today let's try to answer the question that pops up here and there from time to time. Can you connect two brushless, this is very important, brushless, because this trick works on the brushed motors flawlessly, two brushless motors to one ESC. You know, to simplify the build, to cut the cost, because two motors, one ESC, so definitely this has to be cheaper. And why we do not do it? Without further ado, what I have over here is a test bench, right? Two motors, two identical motors connected to a single ESC. Over here, nothing super fancy, just motors soldered to the ESC and a flight controller to drive this thing. And of course here, I'm not sure you can see it, I do have the power plug, so let's connect the ESC. So as you can see, at least the ESC booted and the motor started beeping. But let's see what will be happening when I will try to apply some throttle, because who knows, maybe it will release the magic smoke, or maybe it will not release the magic smoke. Who knows? Before I will put any current through the device, safety first, because you never know what might happen. So contact. Okay, apparently this, to some extent, this thing is even working, because the ESC is able to start both of the motors at the same time and they are, well, rotating. Okay, I think now we can say that we know why nobody really does that, because if one of the motors will go out of sync from the second motor, then look, not only this one rattles, but this one stays. Apparently, when one of the motors goes out of the sync with the second one, the whole thing is only driven by the one, and because the position of the magnets in this one no longer match the position on this one, it's just no longer able to start. So basically, probably any desync in flight, when one of the motors lowers the rotation speed enough for them to go out of sync, causes the first one just to stop and do not rotate anymore. What will happen if I will then stop this one? Oh, so okay, if interesting. So it even has a problem to start when one of the motors is broken, and let's see if it will start if one just will have extra torque. Apparently, if the back EMF detection starts to work, okay, and now they don't want to start again, but apparently if the back EMF detection starts, manual start. Oh yeah, manual start seems to help. So one more time. Not okay. So if they start, they work, but if they do not start, they just do not start. Oh, now it even started, but now it haven't. Okay, you have to give the one motor that stopped the push, and then it starts working again. Interesting. But this is the case with two identical motors. Let's see what will happen if I will solder the motor that has a completely different kV number and the number of windings, resistance and everything else. I wonder what's gonna happen then. Okay, hardware updates done. This time, instead of two identical motors, which are RS2 from Emax, I have one RS2 and one Ion Range 2506 1250 kV. So completely different class of the motors. This one great on the 7 inches, this one great on 5, maybe 6 inches. They are just like before, soldered parallel to each other to the ESC. So let's see what's gonna happen right now when we have two different motors instead of two identical ones, and contact. Okay, apparently when I have two different motors, the starting of the tandem is much more complicated and the motors stutter for much longer, and clearly sometimes they even do not really want to start at all. Oh. Okay. Okay, and now let's... Oh fuck, this one is getting hot. This one is getting hot, this one also is hot. All that stuttering and not rotating kinda kills the cooling on the motor, and as a result they really do seem to overheat. But if they start, they go. But definitely as soon as one of them stalls, stops, or anything happens and they go out of sync, and it's just starting to make terrible noise and does not restart itself. So what have we learned from today's video? That yes, in some very specific cases it is possible to connect two motors in parallel, brushless motors in parallel to a single ESC. However, there is a reason we are not doing that, because it works only in perfect conditions. When you have virtually the same motors, then they even kind of start without much problems. But if anything goes wrong in the process, they go out of sync, and the one that went out of sync, that stopped or slowed down the rotation, is not able to start up. If you put two different motors with different kV and different stator volumes, it's just getting worse and worse. There are more problems with starting, and they are more eager to go out of sync, etc, etc, etc. As a result, might sound like an idea, but spare yourself trouble. Do not try to be cheap. The rule is, with the brushless motors, one motor, one ESC. Never two motors, one ESC. If you know what I'm talking about, then great. If not, then well, it's your loss. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.